hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Hey fam, and welcome back to End Scene and my super recap of episodes 5 and 6 of Bad Boys Los Angeles, Bad Boys Beatdown, and Fashion and Fights. Now, I am always ready, chilling, bump and do it like it's your B-day, and just waiting for this guy to get his shite together. But I'm a little dude, and I can't quite reach the camera, so I wait. Nonetheless, we are back, and you are here, and that is all that counts. So let's get to the super recap. Oh, and by the way, this is a whole new setup for me, so let me know what you think. Let me know if the lighting is good, if the sound is weird, so I can go ahead and try to fix that for the next time. Episode 5 starts with a ring at the door and Milan showing Anthony his personal collection of Tupperware accessories. Al B doesn't seem too sure about it, but he ain't mad at it either. Security, check and make sure he ain't got no baby arms in his pocket. Milan claims that he was approached to make a molding, and it is the #1 selling adult toy line in the world. Milan plans to give all of his bad boy brethren their very own sample of him, including something Team Straight will approve of. But Anthony speculates.
Is this your way of trying to say you want to f*** everybody in the house?
Milan says that they need to get the troops together to hit the studio, and that they might be doing a fashion show as well. Anthony puts him onto a little tea that the fashion show is a go, because it's what he does. Milan plays Reverie for the fellas, and then them boys is ready to roll and head off into the Sprinter. Zeus is in love with this slow-mo shot. Got these folks stepping out in single file like they going on a school trip. Oh, and best believe we will talk about this outfit that Al B is rocking. My man Relly is already over the whole project. Guess he is feeling like if he has nothing nice to say, then he will say nothing at all. Bruh, don't get all mature on us now. And why is this dude always staring right into the camera? Fourth wall much? In the van, Milan is asking who's gonna have the hardest verse, and Gunna says, let's let the fans decide. Moolah is already scheming, says his mentality is that it is a battle and not a collab. And look, I know I come down hard on this dude, but is he trying to be mistaken for a Laker now too? Milan turns their attention to the fashion show, and Anthony is a little bent out of shape. His friend told him to keep it a secret, and went on and told Milan anyway.
She wants to be the leader for everything.
Anthony tells the fellas that the fashion show is a big deal, so they need to bring their A game. This finally brings a smile to Relly's face, cause he is ready to show out. Anthony brings up Milan's gifts for the crew, and Big Chris's energy after listening to all this foolishness is shared by all of us. Curtis wasn't paying attention and probably thought they were talking about shoe size, until he remembered they were not talking about shoes. The team arrives at the studio and meet the producer/engineer Matt Cash, and everybody is feeling the vibes and are excited about the session. Milan lets everybody know that he wants everyone to get a spot, whether they're singers or rappers or they play the spoons. Milan and Gutter do a freestyle to Wet They Whistle, and everybody seems to be feeling the beats Matt has for them. Then Matt drops the beat that we all know from the theme. Moolah said that he knew from the jump that this was a hit. Now we all know it ain't no Welcome to Vegas, baby, but I'm gonna tip my cap to this one. Matt Cash asks who wants to be in the forefront, and Relly announces that he is not interested in being a part of it at all. But since it goes on his final grade, this is not an assignment that he can miss. Relly got his solo cup full and his hookah lit. He cannot be bothered. Kerrion talks about his vision for the video. They rolling in on bikes or electric scooters, but they the bad boys, right? Better get out there and rent some fancy cars and fake money for the day. Somebody should hit up 6ix9ine. I'm sure he got a connect. Relly asked to wear Milan's chain, and I'm pretty sure in 50s dating rules, they are now going steady. Relly's gonna be wearing Milan's Letterman sweater before you know it. Milan gets in the booth first and lays down the hook that we are all too familiar with. Some of the fellas seem thoroughly impressed with what Milan put together, and they feel like they're getting off to a good start. Anthony and Gutter catch Relly hanging out outside, and he admits that this is not his bag and wants no part of the music industry. Anthony tells him to buck up, Buttercup, and stop being so antisocial. Anthony brings up that Milan thinks that he is the boss. Speaking of bosses, what in the mom is making you wear your big brother's clothes because they're clean is going the hell on in here. Yeah, it's all Balenciaga, but does it have to be a 5-year-old playing dress-up chic? Relly and Gutter don't seem to be bothered. But Anthony spins it to seem as if Relly not being in the studio is somehow others keeping him from being who he is. Then Anthony and Gutter give Relly a hard time about wearing Milan's chain. Like that's his man, cause you know how high school is. But Relly admits that they would make a cute power couple in the house. Curtis gave Milan his props, but couldn't wait for him to step aside and announce himself to be the best rapper in the house. Curtis came for blood, and Kerrion and Gutter had to salute his set. Wait, did they bring in a ringer? Is that Michael McDonald about to lay some soulful harmonies, dressed like he's the undercover boss? After Curtis's verse, Matt Cash says that he's gonna have to split soon, and asks if anyone could handle the board. Kerrion, who clearly grew up around the industry, says that he's not super familiar with Pro Tools, but Google and YouTube is his friend and he can probably figure it out. Just like when I decided to look up how to fix the bathroom sink. Milan tells him that he is not touching anything because he doesn't know what the hell he is doing. I think Milan is way out of pocket on this. Wasn't he the one that set up this studio session? While Moolah is trying to lay down his verse, Kerrion is telling Milan that if he keeps talking reckless, he might have to see about him. With all these adolescent attitudes, they should have called this show Chips Ahoy. Curtis catches up with Kerrion outside to find out what the hell happened. And Kerrion feels like Milan is trying to be Mr. Fantastic and won't let anyone else get any shine. Curtis tells him to chill a moment, let the cooler head prevail, so they can get back to doing what they came for. Who'd have thought we'd see this right here? But salute to Curtis for trying to keep these knuckleheads together. Back in the studio, Gutter is in the booth, and clearly the clock struck 5, because Matt Cash yabba-dooed his ass right up out of there, leaving them all stunned. Before they lose all their work, Kerrion tries once more and offers to figure it out, but Milan trusts no one and refuses to let him touch the board. Now Milan is questioning why he ever stuck up for Kerrion in the first place. And Kerrion said that Milan was the first one to try to push up on him during the photo shoot. Feeling the heat get turned up, Milan, the wounded pup, arms himself with a bottle. Crew starts darting around, but Kerrion is saying that he was only coming to get a drink. Milan's leg wasn't too sore to bop around to his verse though. Milan's starting to show some cracks in that tough guy persona of his. Thinking Kerrion went out to cool down, he can then be heard chirping from the hallway and comes back in and turns up again. Tells Milan that he was born into this, and if he pops off at the mouth again, they're gonna have to run that fade. You know, when the parents fight, the only ones who really get hurt are the children. This boy is wondering if he's ever gonna get to do his verse. Milan is outside to cool off, but he is clearly triggered and can't get past it. I was gonna come for Milan on this one. It's not giving Kerrion a pass because he doesn't know when to stop either. But considering that both of these cats have probably been through some shit in their lives, and that trauma manifests itself anytime someone challenges them, I'm gonna flip my ire on Natalie Nunn and the rest of these clowns feeding into it, and on myself for putting money into their pockets to watch this slow motion train wreck. Again, Curtis is impressing me, trying to be the voice of reason, smooth over the nonsense and not let it blow up into something bigger than it really is. Gutter's take,
that was so unprofessional.
And she and Relly said that they will never record with this outfit again. I'm seeing now that Kerrion is a self-fulfilling prophecy. He's been pushed away and told that he's a monster, so that's what he will be, whether it calls for it or not. Relly tries to walk him back and let him know this is business to attend to. And Kerrion says that he gets it, but Milan needs to chill. Relly has seen this story before and questions Milan getting on the bus and being able to keep the peace. Milan and Kerrion are within spitting distance and Kerrion proves that he has no off switch. Got Milan shadow boxing in the parking lot. Should have called this show Hurt People, Hurt People. Moving on to episode 6. The fellas board the van, but Kerrion decides to ride with the crew. Milan is looking more and more like a caged animal, already doing too much, making sure that if anyone is paying attention, they know that he is about to be a mess. Oh, other than Relly, who is clearly exhausted from the bullshit. The moment he steps off the bus, Milan blindsides Kerrion with a not-so-sneaky attack. This little act of foolishness makes half the team want to go home. Milan says that it's because he's from Chicago, and he doesn't let anyone press him. Kerrion living rent-free in your head to such a degree that he got you off your square? I thought bad boys get the bag, boy. You're only showing yourself to be a liability. Winnie is livid and really disappointed in Milan, trusting that he was mature enough not to shit on his shindig. Everybody tries to calm Milan down, but with those cameras on, he has got to play Timmy Tough Guy. Because Kerrion, much to his credit, did not ask Milan to step into his own beef and isn't bending at the knee. Winnie is trying to impress upon Milan that the world is a bit more complicated than his hurt feelings at the moment. But what would a man that is emotionally 10 years old be without a tantrum? The rest of the fellas are waiting impatiently on the bus, while Milan has his hissy fit and wondering if it is ever gonna happen. Anthony already showing signs of being all the way over Milan.
Like, let her go. Can we just walk in?
Milan takes a self-imposed timeout in the van while the rest of the fellas head in, get a little bit of red carpet treatment, and then check out their outfits. Everybody's trying to get their fit together when old sourpuss rears his ugly head. Moolah was apparently hoping for the star treatment, but forgot he's on Zeus. Relly checked in with Kerrion to find out what the hell happened and is getting tired of Milan's sneak attacks. Gutter said that he is too old and too grown not to stand on his square if he really wants to fight. Gutter said that Milan is too Martin Luther King for that.
I had a dream and it wasn't that, bitch.
The would-be models make their way backstage to get ready for their walk, as Milan finally makes an appearance and grabs his outfit. Before the walk, Gutter checks in with Kerrion and gives him a pep talk to keep it pushing. And don't let the foolishness take him off his game. Oh, what? Wondering what this is? Why it looks like I got a black background? Oh, it's only because just before the action, this top-notch gala set high on the hill lost power. Luckily, they got the right man on the job.
God.
Honey?
No, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Winnie assures Milan that the bill was paid when he picked up that money order to buy Milan's jacket. Milan apologizes for acting like a fool earlier, and Winnie lets him off the hook. They finally get the lights back up, some models run out some commercial outfits and a couple of avant-garde looks, and then the fellas make their way. Kerrion is first, then Anthony looking like Elton John and Crocodile Dundee's love child. Next is Curtis rocking saddlebags for humans. And Moolah is in an inside-out Jansport. Dylan is trying out for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory 2 Electric Boogaloo. And Gutters for TLC's Ain't Too Proud to Beg remix video. Relly strolled out in his Canadian spring formal look. And then Milan came out dressed like the Tin Man in a porn parody of The Wizard of Oz. They take their victory lap, then reconvene in the dressing room. Everybody is hyped, chatting it up, and Debbie Downer is upset that they didn't have anything for him. But you know what? We got you. There you go. Moolah doesn't feel like it was put together right. But Relly said he picked his own outfit. I'm starting to get the sense that even Curtis is tired of Moolah's disgruntled attitude. Rest assured, the only reason he had an issue is because he didn't get to wear his own brand. The next morning, Gutter and Dylan are having a bit of the hair of the dog to quell their hangovers when Curtis strolls in with that ooh look on his face. They convince Curtis that it is 5 p.m. somewhere and then chop it up about the day before. They rehash the producer's exit stage left and then the beef between Milan and Kerrion. The sneak attack and adolescent response at the business function, and that Milan is doing too much and putting the whole team in a bad situation. Curtis brings up that Kerrion and Gutter were off in the corner together and got Gutter blushing again. Dylan thinks that Milan's moves were petty and that they all need to get back to getting that bag. Moolah checks in with Milan to get a gauge on what happened the night before. Milan argues that he was just trying to protect everyone's interest and didn't want to have to recreate the vibe if they didn't get it finished or something went wrong with the recording. He then says that Kerrion is getting disrespectful and lying about Milan shooting his shot when they first met. I give Moolah a hard time, but I wouldn't be the puppet I am if I didn't give the man props when he deserved it. He flexed his interview muscles and asked Mulan some good questions. What really set it off, and after being in the van for 45 minutes, what would have compelled him to charge Kerrion when he did? Moolah gets where Milan was coming from, but figures they need to get their priorities straight. There is money to be had. Then out at the pool, Kerrion, Anthony, and Relly are sipping a little bubbly and commiserating about the night before. Kerrion explains that he never even saw Milan coming, and Relly says that leaders don't play like that. Relly feels like it started because Milan wanted to discredit Kerrion's lineage and experience, and that it is just insecurity. Anthony be sure he's getting tired of Milan's antics. You see what I did there with the Anthony B? You get it. Relly says that he's going to call a family meeting to clear the air, and if Milan takes it some kind of way, then he is always ready. Considering who should lead the group next, Relly figures whatever you're known for is what you should be leading. Kerrion with the music, Anthony with the parties, and Milan, I guess, prosthetics? The meeting is called and they bring up the beef. Relly says that they were both at fault and should apologize to each other. But Kerrion says that he is not apologizing at all because he doesn't think that he was wrong. A lesson I learned when I was just a finger puppet: don't let your pride stand in the way of your progress. Kerrion then feels like Anthony is flip-flopping because he was asking if Kerrion could have done anything else better. Now he's back to being a lone wolf. Milan interjects that he has never come off to anyone like that for any reason and thinks that Kerrion has psychological issues. Well, for the way that folks act on this show, it's rampant, and if Zeus had a righteous bone in their body, they'd be offering these brothers some help. Kerrion baits Milan to step to him, but Milan feels like bruh has a screw loose and is leaving it be. Kerrion anoints himself the big bruh of the house, and that's why everybody's taking shots at him. But Relly nips that in the bud to let him know that they might be kings of their own castle, but they are guests in this one. Kerrion tries to let Milan know that he is playing chess when the rest of them are playing checkers, then hops up to challenge him while the other fellas scramble to get in between them. Wait, look at Curtis. Bruh has taken flight. They are eventually left with only space and opportunity. And yo, big bruh, Kerrion, this is not a good showing for you. So, on to the next episode. We will see the balance of the ass kickery and Relly confronting Kerrion about repeatedly getting beat up. A fact that Kerrion is clearly struggling to reconcile himself. Milan finally gets to hand out his Tupperware, much to the chagrin of Moolah and Curtis. Then the fellas get a new roommate, celebrity hairstylist Jonathan Wright, which we clearly know is coming with its own drama. So fam, I appreciate you taking this ride with me. If you are new to the party, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another recap. Hit that like button, gets this video on other eyes. So if you're feeling it, please make that happen. Share the video however you see fit. And until next time, peace! Why does the technology hate me? Okay. In the van, Milan is asking who's gonna have the hardest verse on the track, and Gutter says let's. Right? You know how it is. In the van, Milan is asking who's gonna have the hardest verse, and Gutter says let's the flans to fly. Gutter has a list, you already know. Gutter got teeth falling out of his mouth. The rest of the fellas are impatiently waiting on the bus, while Milan has his sissy fit. Oh, touche. Relly and Gutter don't seem to be bothered, but Anthony spins it to seem as if Relly and Gutter don't seem to be bothered, but Anthony spins it as if Relly not being in the studio is somehow others. Fuck you, come on. I wrote this, and it's crap. They rehash the producer's exit stage left, and then the beef between Milan. It's like a cologne. Milan. The new cologne that smells like booty sweat and bounce checks. And that Mulan. Now he's Mulan. Mulan! Oh wait, before I forget. Her name was Catherine. She was a showgirl with yellow feathers in her hair and a dress cut down to there. Happy birthday, Catherine! Yeah.